Hello, my name is Starlight. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and I'm reaching out to all of you beautiful souls out there. I hope you're able to get out in nature. You know, in my area, the days are getting cooler, the nights are, chilling out. So, like now, like it's been 70s or a little below that in my area. So everything is changing, and I know in your area, depending on where you are, some people, they are still getting like maybe like 90 weather. Oh, wow, so enjoy that beautiful weather. And, but make sure you get out in nature somewhere. So it's really good to get yourself out, get to know each other, in your neighborhood or, strangers. But on that note is to be safe. Not everybody out there is good for us. So, be wise and where you meet the people and stuff like that, but don't be afraid to reach out, because you never know, somebody out there could really use your help, or maybe you could really use their help. So anyway, you could give this video a thumbs up, and you could share my videos with a cat, a dog, a monkey. You have a pet monkey. Starlight actually kind of can be a monkey at times, monkeying around, playing tricks on people or whatever. Just kidding. So yeah, you could share my videos with a monkey. Besides sharing my videos with a monkey, you could subscribe to my YouTube channel. Don't forget to push the notification bell. Plus, you can leave a message down below. Beep, beep, beep. I'm always a little off because my background is always getting changed up a little bit. And you can also follow me on Instagram, and that's at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook at Kathy with a K Dingman Starlight. So as you notice, if you did notice, I put some fall leaves in the background on my picture, which that picture will be going away soon. I'm going to give that away to my daughter. But, it's just that I want to get into that. I love fall. I really do. It's such a beautiful time of the year. And that, this is Starlight. Can't wait for the leaves to change because it is so beautiful. I love taking pictures, of the beautiful colors. And, I had these leaves hanging around. I'm like, I need to hang them babies up. So anyway, I do love all of you. And, so today I, I had so many things to talk about. I had a list, but then I went completely off the list and I thought of something different, something I really have not talked about on my YouTube channel. And I was talking to the man yesterday about this, is some of you might think this is crazy. Some of you might get this, so there might be a variety of different, I know there's a variety of different people out there. So it all depends on what you know or what you don't know, and what you've been taught. Or, we've been taught a lot of lies, and, they don't want us to know the truth. But to let you know, there are different dimensions, in this world. And most of the people are in the third dimension, and that's a fear frequency. And years ago, I was learning that there was a shift in the planet, which really rocked my world when I was hearing about this. Because I did have a dream long time ago about like 4 Earths, but really the picture really was a five Earths, because it was, I don't know where that picture is. I wish I knew, because I'm moving, shifting everything around in my apartment. Is so you could be in different dimensions depending on where you are as far as growth goes. So years ago, I was learning from a deep diver out there, Infinite Waters, Ralph Smart, and not just him, but there was plenty of other people on YouTube videos. So this does exist. There are shifts every month, and I remember when I read my Bible, it does say about new earths, and new moons, all that stuff. It's all in the Bible. If you have read the Bible, not everybody did. Not everybody believes in God, or, but I believe that, that all of us somehow or another believe that there's something greater than our own self, that how did all this get here? It didn't just like, boom, I'm talking about planet Earth, not so much about the material stuff that is behind me, you know. So anyway, is like I was saying, a lot of people are in the third dimension, and that is the fear frequency, uh, fear vibration, which is a low frequency. The lowest, fear is the low frequency. So that's a place that you really don't want to be, right? You don't want to always fear, what's going to happen all the time. And like when COVID came, with the media, the news and stuff like that, they were putting fear out. And there are a lot of people out there that got affected by this COVID, where they're still wearing the mask. I've seen really something. I was sitting right where the river is in my area, because I was hoping to see those beautiful butterflies again. It's so weird. I got those pictures the other day, and I thought, maybe they'll be out there again tomorrow. But they weren't. So I'm so grateful, and it just was for me to see those beautiful monarch butterflies yesterday, and I took videos and pictures, and I just didn't even want to, but I didn't want to leave that area because it was so beautiful. They were so colorful. But when I was sitting by the river again today, or yesterday, I'm sorry, is that, I seen something. I'm like, am I really seeing this? Because it's a polluted river, so it is a shame that it is, because I was talking to this gentleman that came over to visit me yesterday, and, there's kayaks, because right near this river they have a boat launch, and they also have kayak lessons for people, to teach them how to do kayak, and Starlight never has done that. That's one of those things that I definitely would love to try in my lifetime, is to do that. It looks like a good workout, and they have a group of people that will get in a big, huge kayak, and they'll go down the river, and they have races and stuff like that, and they're training all these, a lot of teenagers and young adults and stuff, how to do that. So where I was, there was a couple kayaks going through, with a trainer, and then I noticed a boat, with a man in the boat, because people go fishing, of course, out there on this river, and I just couldn't believe it. This guy had a mask on, he had a mask on right in the middle of the river. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. He's out in the river, nobody's with him, and he's got the mask on. And I seen that a lot even when COVID was around, where people were inside their cars, and they had their mask on, and nobody was with them in the car. They were totally by themselves. You didn't see anybody in the front seat or in the back seat, and they had their mask on. And that's what fear can really do to people. It can really mess their world up. And it is a shame that these people really got affected in a really horrible way. So anyway, years ago, when I was learning about the shifts, it rocked my world totally. At the time, I didn't really understand what was going on when this deep diver was talking about the shift. So here I was thinking that, how's this, how are we shifting from a third dimension to a fifth dimension, mentally. And in those days I was getting stoned, smoking pot, like in the morning, and, watching these videos where it did put me in I did end up having a spiritual awakening where, I was so blown away by this topic that I ended up calling 911, and ended up going to the hospital. But I was in a love frequency, and that's what the fifth dimension is I was in a higher love. I was like, I felt like a butterfly just floating around in such a love frequency the day that I called 911. And I do have that video out there on Spiritual Awakenings of Starlight going to the 5D, or the fifth dimension spiritual awakening. So, and Starlight has been shifting from that third dimension to the fourth to the fifth dimension. It's a shift. So really the fourth dimension is kind of where I am, but I'm heading to the 5D, is like, because to be honest with you, there's different, I didn't know this, and I learned this all on my own, is, there's different levels of fear. And, here I'm thinking of the big stuff, like last year I had the fear of driving my car, and I had that beautiful deep diver Infinite Waters Ralph Smart help me to break that fear. And, so there's things I'm thinking about doing now in my life, and I'm, thinking of, get a job. And it is so weird is because I'm not sure really what the universe is doing in my life right now. So I'm just kind of looking at different angles of how to do things, maybe to change things up. So I've been shifting, like, from the third D, letting go of fear. And like I was saying, is that there's, different levels of fear, like fearing of driving a car. To me, that was a huge fear. Some of you might have, there's different levels of fear. Some of you might have the fear of looking at people face to face and giving eye contact, because there's a lot of that going on in the world. I did meet a man a while back that had a helmet for his motorcycle, and it said F fear, but then the more I got to know him, I realized that even though he had that fear, with a lot of motorcycle, not all of them, but a lot of times we look at the motorcycle people that they're not in fear because they're being brave to ride a motorcycle around and stuff like that, being on a road like that, not being protected. There's nothing around them to protect them. They are really out there, and I do know a man that did get in 2 motorcycles accidents, one right after another, 2 different motorcycles, and that's sad to hear that, is that, but then, some of the guys out there that you think are fearless, they could be so afraid over small little stuff. They might be tough and brave out in public and macho and all this stuff, and it could be just a mask that they're wearing, because they don't want people to really see that they do fear things that could be very small. Some people are afraid to ask the opposite sex out, and Starlight's not. If I see somebody that I'm really, really, really interested in, and it's not about their outward appearance, Starlight's always been not that I've always gone out with guys like this, I've gone out with guys for different reasons. Sometimes it's because it was because they went to church, because we had that in common, but really my big turn on is men that are intelligent. I'm like really a sucker for that. Wow. Because I love to learn, and so I was not afraid to ask a man out and like, hey, I am really interested in you, so but there are men and women that they see a girl or a guy and they desire to be with them, but they don't ask the person. They they might kind of go roundabout, but it's so important if you're going to ask somebody out is to find out, hey, are you involved with anybody? Are you married? Do you have a boyfriend? And also to find out, are you searching, before you want to ask them, are you even interested in dating anybody or seeing anybody, or at least, really want, when I say date, you really want to get to find out is, hey, to me, the best way to do it is not to rush into things, is to find out, hey, would you like to get to know me? Because I'm interested in getting to know you, so let's see if we can be friends, and so that is a good way to start off as far as relationships go. So anyway, on this 3D, where a lot of people are in the third dimension, is that they fear everything. They fear what the government says. They fear, like the people out in the public, they fear being alone. There's a lot of people out there that fear to live by themselves. I have lived by myself more than I've actually been involved with a relationship. Ask my family. I don't even have a cat or a dog. That's really when you're by yourself. When you don't have a cat or a dog, and if I had a cat or a dog, I would talk their ear off. I'd be like, hey, what's up? Like I do. I talk to animals, but Starlight does talk a lot in her apartment. I talk to my archangels all the time. I talk to the universe all the time. Sometimes I wonder, am I driving you guys crazy? But I know I'm not, because I love to talk. I'm a talker. I'm a chitter-chatter. I'm a, what is it? Chatty Cathy, but I'm Starlight right now. So if you want to rise to a higher frequency, and that's what I was telling this man yesterday, is Mother Gaia, planet Earth, she has gone through a lot of abuse, and he loves planet Earth, Mother Gaia. We were talking, and, he's concerned about the pollution on this planet, and so it was really beautiful. I love getting to know other people. I do so much better in person than I do on a YouTube videos, so I love meeting people in person. I do way better. So is that we were talking, and I was telling him about Mother Earth, where she needed to get healed. She needs to go, get healed. So she's gone through a lot, more than what people understand. And you're probably thinking, why are you talking to like Mother Earth is like a person? She's alive. She's alive. She feeds us. Her energy, when you meditate, you're breathing in her energy in your body, and that's what clears and cleanses, besides breathing part of the sun and the light into your body and your chakras. And yeah, I was doing a guided meditation on my clearing out my 7 chakras this morning, and breathing in, Mother Earth in my chakra system. And it feels so good when you absorb her in your body, and it clears out the negative, and she will help you to clear it out and, restore you in a good, positive way. So we really need to respect Mother Earth, planet Earth, and love her, not throw trash on her. Would you like, people throwing trash on you? Absolutely not. So we really need to respect her, with Mother Gaia, is that she had to get healed, and so she knew, just like Starlight, I was going through this. I cannot survive in the 3rd dimension anymore. I wanted to end, my life long time ago, in 2016, until this beautiful deep diver, Infinite Waters, Ralph Smart, really turned my life around. And the universe guided me to him. The universe guided me, the archangels guided me to that YouTube channel. So, I'm always putting him out on my YouTube channel because he's a very important part of my life, So, and I'm thankful for other people out there on YouTube that is helping people to be a change in the world, and to help people to become their greatest version of themselves. So with Mother Gaia, she had to rise up to a higher frequency. She went through a lot of pain going through this, and so Mother Earth has risen up to the 5th dimension, where it's a love frequency. And just like your cell phone, I was talking to my therapist about this, but my therapist doesn't know nothing about cell phones, is like my phone is a 5G. Before, when I had the 4G, things were not working right with my phone. And that's like you being in like having a 3G phone. It isn't going to work right. So that's the same way as the 3rd dimension, is that you're not going to be able to function right. You have to really shift up to a higher frequency. You have to really get and rise up above that low frequency, and rise up to the 4th dimension to get to the 5th dimension. And it's sad, not everybody is going to make it. Even though time is an illusion, we only have a period of time to be able to do this, to be able to rise up to that high frequency. So, like we have to let go of that fear and, embrace love. Like instead of fearing everything, is that we got to let go of fear. And there's levels to fear, like I was saying. There's big fears, like afraid to do big things in life, sometimes afraid, of change, and afraid, fear of the unknown. Many people, Starlight goes through this, so I am learning to let go of fear. Like my mentor, Infinite Waters Ralph Smart, has taught me to let love guide you, not fear. So if you're surrounding yourself with people that are always getting you to question your own plans, where you're thinking, I desire to do this. There's times that we desire to do certain things and we do want to make a change. And, we might be afraid to make those change, but then we decide to do that stepping stone, where we do take that step of faith to like, okay, in order to take that step, you gotta, it is scary, isn't it? You are taking that step of faith like Starlight is doing now in my life, where you got that other stone in front of you and you put like I would be taking my right foot, first, and, being brave to put my foot on that stone in front of me, but I gotta let go of that back foot and to be able to keep moving. You want to keep moving. You can't stop right now. You got to keep working. You got to keep going. You can't give up. You got to or you can't give in. You got to keep going forward. You can't like just stop, because then that's when, like a lot of things can happen in your life and not so good, and it can pull you back where you end up having to work so much harder, and there's times that you do have to listen to your body when your body says that you need a break, maybe a vacation time or get away a little bit, and that's, that's where I feel where I am right now is to, I got a lot going on in my life, and you might have a lot going on in your life, and there's times that we got to say, okay, you know what, maybe I need to take a little break, but you don't want to stop, you got to keep that, that momentum going, like for things to work, because I notice if I stop meditating, or, and this has happened where if I get numbers from the universe, from the angels, but I don't look up those numbers, it's going to mess things up. It really can mess things up, if I don't look at those numbers and find out what they mean. So, and, because then it's like, oh, I could be like, I don't know what to do. Well, I got to look up those numbers, and then when I do look up those numbers, I'm like, oh, I've been struggling, because I didn't look up those numbers. I get a lot of numbers, and then sometimes I get overwhelmed. Sometimes I get distracted. So you got to really have a good focus in your life, and don't get distracted. Don't let yourself get distracted. Don't let other people distract you from what your goals are. I got a lot of things to do list, and now I realize I got another things to do list, because it's something different, I'm like, okay. I am shifting. There's a lot of shifts going on every month. There's new moons, there's full moons, and I don't know when the full moon of September is. Normally I look that up every month to say, and I looked at it the other day, so I got a while. It might be at the end of this month for a full moon for September, because we had 2 full moons in the month of August, my birthday month. So in order for you to rise to a 5th dimension is that you really got to reprogram yourself, and that's why I did put a video on that, is how to reprogram your thoughts, you got to, in order to rise above, we can't be at that low frequency of our old ways of thinking, just like your cell phone is that they get upgraded, and they delete the stuff of that is old, that no longer helps you, and they put a whole new program So you really do. You need a whole new program to actually, you can't think negative now. You got to think positive. I have sticky notes all through my apartment about being positive. I got one inside in front of me, one that says stay in the now, another one that says all is well. So when I get these numbers, a lot of times it's letting me know to be positive. There's certain numbers that I get that lets me know the angels, they know my desires of my heart. They want me to achieve those things. The universe wants to bless me with those things or people in my life. I more than anything, I desire to have to experience unconditional love, and in order for me to do that, I have to unconditionally love myself. In order for another, for me to get involved with a man that can unconditionally love me, I have to accept myself for my flaws. I have to love myself unconditionally. I have to learn not to be so hard on myself, and I do. I get hard on myself, and I have to let go of the past, in order to move ahead. So there's so many things that I am learning. So you might see flaws on my videos. Yeah, you're going to see flaws on my videos. Absolutely. I'm just showing you that I am not perfect. And it's absolutely fine not to be perfect. And this is the way society trips us up. They teach us, like, I just heard a beautiful video yesterday. I listened to it 3 times, because it was that important. It was that great, and I needed that video, like, so you want to let go of fear. And the thing is that you got to reprogram your thoughts, and that's what I made a video. You're going to want to check that out, is how to reprogram. I can't go through that all now. The minutes are going up, but you can rise up to a higher frequency, the love frequency. And that's a beautiful place. Not everybody wants to be there. Some people, they love being at that low frequency. There's different kinds of people out there. They're we have both. We have the light and the dark in us, and I didn't know that. I always wanted to be of light, and that's it. But we got to experience the dark side of us. We got to experience those flaws. Those flaws that we have, we need to, face those flaws and love ourselves, and not to care about what other people think. People are going to see my flaws now in my life, and, I absolutely don't care about what anybody thinks about my flaws. I am done over with that. It's what God, I really care what God thinks. Like how God sees me. That's what it is. I really want to focus on what God wants me to work on. I'm not worried. I mean, people's way of thinking is not my way of thinking anymore. I'm rising up to a higher frequency, shifting to the 4th to the 5th, and then there's people that are in higher dimensions, where, they're in that love frequency all the time, and they don't fear things, but they're going to be tested, they're going to be tried and everything. So, you don't want to listen to people that are at a low frequency, because they're going to trip you up. Their opinions and stuff, of being afraid of, of what you're going to do the next day or whatever, and thinking that your choices that you're doing, they're not going to understand where you are in your life. So that's why you got to let those people go in your life, because they're going to trip you up. If you want to rise above to a higher frequency, the love frequency, you can't hang on to those people that are bringing you down, because they're going to bring you down to that low frequency where you don't want to be. You want to rise up to the love frequency. Starlight loves days like this, when I can go down the bike trail and I don't care what anybody thinks, where I could be skipping on the, because I feel like a little girl and I'm going to skip. It's so funny. I've had so many people that have seen me throughout the years on the bike trail. And now, they've seen Goofy Starlight out there dancing, bringing backpacks, carrying bags, and smiling away. And it is so funny. I have not gone on this bike path in a long time. And in the last couple of days, I went back on there. And there are people that when they see me now, they just smile. They see me barefoot walking on the grass. and they don't know me. So it is funny that I get a lot of fun, beautiful smiles now. You know, these people have seen me. They see me dancing, you know, doing my moves with Michael Jackson on the bike trail. You know, I just seen a guy yesterday. It's so funny. Even though Target truck, you know, is back. You know, I just went out there yesterday. Every single day for like a long time last year, a Target truck would go by, you know, over the bypass or whatever, over the bridge that goes over the bike path or whatever, where the cars go through, and a Target truck would, every single time I'd go on that bike trail. You know, and I haven't been out there in a long time, like a good month or so on that bike path. And then boom, my first day, I'm on the phone talking to my daughter as I'm walking towards that road that goes above the bike path, and what goes by? A Target truck, you know. And then a long time ago, you know, like for 2 weeks, I'm not kidding you, I would go on that bike path every day at different times. Didn't have a schedule, you know. My hours were different. Some days I didn't work, you know, because I didn't have any jobs for my cleaning business. And for freaking 2 weeks, I would see the same man on that bike path. I ended up going back there yesterday and the day before at 2 different times. And who do I run across? That same guy again. We think it's funny. We're like, I go, huh, this is so funny. I have not been on this path over here. You know, he's seen me at the other end, which I wasn't, you know, it's a different spot. But I'm like, this is so funny. I haven't been over here in a long time. And it's like we're back off where we started. Like now I'm seeing the same guy again. He always likes to walk on the bike path. I've never really had a conversation, but it was so funny. We're like, what the heck is up with this? How is this possible? You know, he doesn't know my schedule. I don't know his. But the universe does, you know, the universe does these things to us to help us to see the magic in this world. There are some beautiful things, but you got to open up your eyes to see it. You know, you can't get distracted on all these other things, and then you're going to miss out on what is really going on behind the scenes in this world. So anyway, I love you all, and you can check those videos out. Like I said, there's how to reprogram your thinking and do you need an upgrade? Those are 2 videos that I did make, and to give you further information on those 2 topics. So don't you want to rise to the love frequency? You can. You know, it's like the Mother Earth had to rise up to a higher frequency, and you can too. So anyway, I love you so much. I really do. And I'm always thinking about you. My heart is always going out to all of you. And you can give this video, whoopsie, you can give this a video thumbs up. You can share my video with a cat, well, sorry, with your family, your friends, and your cat and your dog. And let's see, a turtle. You have a pet turtle. Starlight loves those babies. And also you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can also push the notification bell, and you can leave a message down below this video. Plus, you can find me on Instagram at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook at Kathy with a K Dingman Starlight. So anyway, I do love all of you. I really do. And I thank the universe for other deep divers out there, YouTubers out there, that are out there every day, and they put their necks out on the line, and they let go of fear, and they're not afraid of what they have to say. And I really admire them so much, and I look, you know, like I need those kind of people in my life that inspire me and make videos to help me to become that greatest version, help me to be the change that I want to see in the world. So I give those people a big, huge thank you, and you should too. You know, give those people a big thank you, because without them, you know, like our life could be a whole lot harder if we don't have people out there that are teachers or mentors, you know, that are helping us along our path in life. So anyway, I do thank all of you for supporting and loving me. And anyway, this is Starlight. Love and light. Peace.